win conditions as time has gone on.
Okay, who starts what side? LEV on defense, NRG on attack.
Yeah, I think much like
And they are full-person sending it middle. And Ethan has war. What the? Okay, we're all good. And yeah, Ethan just repositions afterwards, joins his team and to head over towards site. They got a camera for the retake, but they don't have numbers. Camera into Omen Flash into Sender.
They have so much space they've taken. This is such a luxury, such a benefit to be able to play from this position. You can give some of that space back.
Even just the utility combo there, pop flash with the nade, catching anybody off guard if they're there. Ooh. Oh, he gets punished though.
From that same one way that he had already cleared. Now Crash, he's blinded. He's
whoa, Mazzino. Tell you what, man.
Calm on a Cypher roll against a very weak.
That is an impressive retake with 3. That is an impressive retake with 3. Yeah, 3v5 and the util was looking good for NRG. Hey, what I really like from LEV is like they realized they saved so much util here. Because obviously they just didn't hear so much when they were going over towards the site. They just kind of prodded a little bit, made sure the util went out, and then they went for the big actual entry over towards site with the Omen Flash. So, that was very impressive in the 3v5.
Right there, and Com winning the 1v1 against his former teammate. 2 champions in the server. The head-to-head. And something to point out here is Com is playing the Cypher.
Yeah, that was huge, man.
And normally that's Texas' role on this
Still,
team,
again, very impressive that they didn't just heavy commit. Like, I thought it was going to be Cameron to Omen, Flash into Sender. Then it would have got cancelled by the util, then they had nothing for like the secondary hit. So, very, very impressive.
Recipient of criticism for the majority of the split, to be honest. I think
in terms of the buy, everyone goes into it. We've got 2 rifles. Ripple. Do they want to try fight this heavy for this guy? Not pick these up? Okay.
Kind of what the ceiling is for them. So really encouraging if you're
and maybe they're just taking the fact that this guy has to pick them up, which means that there's going to be someone defending him so they could probably go hit the weak site.
I already know Chet's backstage over there just beating himself up.
Got 1 sheriff for Demon 1. Crashy's picking up some orbs. Ready halfway.
The complete advantage in that scenario. But the utility was just not quite there.
It's interesting to see Levitan in their approach this round. In the previous round, it was just
Knife goes over towards side and hits Omen. It doesn't give them too much.
But this time, much more cautious.
Yeah, these eco rounds have been so crazy.
Contact into stun, into potential Omen Flash as well. We'll keep an eye on it.
Especially out of C9 and all these other teams, but anybody can really do it, especially when you're up against Demon 1 and the rest of NRG.
I wondered if King was going to swing there. The paranoia and then the fault line. It's just such a brutal trap. Now you start to see some of those kills come through. King's already got 2 on the round. The 3rd will crumble. The spike was planted.
Yeah, just relaxed on this one.
That's really all it is.
Not too bad at all. Do they give King his ult? Is it even worth? Oh, okay. Trying to get the fish ult as fast as possible. Right? Okay. Just making sure they picked up the other Bulldog.
I guess they got some armor off the Levitan players, so that's good as well.
As we head into the 3rd, you see King 1 point away from having his ult online, but interesting that they chose to funnel that diffuse orb into the hands of Tex.
Yeah, I mean, Gecko ult on this map is so insane. I feel like I've broken a record when I talk about it because these Geckos get ults so fast, sometimes 3, 4.5, and it is definitely the character that you want it on.
Okay, so NRG for their big Byron, just a 4-1 default, just wanting to heavy take A control, create the question mark. Maybe they'll leave someone here.
Oh, it's aggressive from Aspas.
Knife goes in close.
Taking the middle of the map.
He got found out.
Yes, KO takes a bit of
so wary about
going on the middle. They double smoke.
Even then, though, I mean,
weird rounds. They invest both smokes on defense.
Oh, and I like this from NRG.
To create a lot of pressure, like they've gone over towards middle. They have to use util to clear it, and it's harder to clear this one in terms of this comp, right? You got to use a KO knife, or you got to use then some kind of Gecko util that you might not be able to retrieve.
Around it either.
Crashies is also already 1 off of his Gecko ult. That's insane. They lost the last 2 rounds.
Go look at the minimap right now.
So
4-person stack.
I believe it should be.
And the
Yeah,
Omen
there
is
it is.
going over here, so it
Crashies
looks
will
like it's
get
just
his
going to be a
ult
straight up
online.
hit.
They're gonna
Crash is going to get his
presumably
ult,
ult out on B.
and
The thing is, Levitan
maybe
already
similar to
have
how
it. They
Paper
have
X just
4
do it, where it
here.
goes around the world and then they go back. But obviously, there's a lot of people here. Breach damage to stop this, stun to stop the 3-person hit. Wingman gets destroyed. Dude, what an absolute round from Lev, and a little bit gambly from NRG, considering they got no map control.
It's just Marv who's alive now. A 1v5 against poor weaponry.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Lev here. They blocked the mid control that they wanted, and the call was just to get the orb and then just hit it over towards site. And then they were just so ready. The breach util from Mazzino is incredible. Literally just a damage to stop the fish going in, and then a stun to stop everyone else going in once the wingman's sent into sight.
Breach shock to get the Gecko off of the ult. Otherwise, Crashies just dies there for free, and then that stun ends up getting 3-4 players, just delaying the actual hit and disrupting the timing of the entry for NRG.
It was very, dude, I'm
insane.
telling you, that's
And
so
that caused
gambly,
them
man.
timeout right
It's
away.
such a
This is
gamble.
very early.
Yeah,
And
this is just a timeout to be like,
Because these
guys,
last 3 rounds are relatively
we gotta have some map control before we do this. Like, we know they fight heavy and retake a site. You're gambling that they're retaking the site. Basically.
That's that round that we just saw is a really good example of how that's supposed to work. So
that was not great.
Everything really going their way.
Gotta take some kind of map control
here. This is
here.
a really good start.
Yeah, Mazzino already on this breach was, I mean, that was so impressive. There's a set of utility.
And they might just be talking about the fact that they won and maybe create question marks in terms of the fact that they're
actual flood comes
pushing
through.
middle early. So
that
this
just
might be a
opened up
timeout to
everything
actually
for
just like
Aspas to
fight
run
and get
through
mid
that
control early.
market smoke and get free kills.
But yeah, with 50 seconds left or 45 seconds left here, they definitely had to pick somewhere. Like the Omen over towards A, it felt like they didn't even push back the A control.
You can have the conversation around who their competition has been, but the truth is,
It's just a eco here, and I think we might see him just go fast. And this is just one of those rounds where it failed so badly over towards B. Let's do it again. We might be able to get into the site, and then next round we'll see what their actual overall play is.
Crazy, but they still somehow lose some of the matches that they play. So this is a big test for them to figure out if they actually understand how to close out maps when they get in the advantage.
4 stingers invested for the attack side.
Two people here. We've got nothing to break this trip.
And Aspas just has his way.
Yeah, this is the classic. This failed so bad that they won't expect it again. So I like this call.
They're doing so. The spike has been planted. They've created some space. Even upgraded 2 weapons. And it might be getting worse. Mazzino falls. King follows suit.
Solid.
Tex kept it
And then I reckon for the big buy round, you just see him default a little bit better as well. Yeah, this is an absolute like classic. When you're teaching people to IGL, there's loads of different IGL styles that you use, and this is just an absolute classic. Just this round that we did failed so badly that they won't expect that we do it again. So we pretty much just hit the same site again. And in theory, the opposite team's thinking, well, we shut down B so heavy, they're obviously gonna heavier lean over towards like mid or A.
He got the round before. This was like night and day. So already.
You'd be surprised how much it works. It's like the exact same thing where like the attack team will do a timeout and then you go aggro on defense. It's like the same kind of rules. It will always work, even though it's just like a common thing.
Given what we know about
it's always good for
like to feel out the map and then respond. Yeah. So if you know that you've got this crazy delay on the other side with Cypher Trips, with Fault Lines, with Paranoias, with Gecko Util as well, you either go really fast to get ahead of it, or you feel it out, draw it out, and then hit the other area of the map. So it'll be interesting to see what their approach is here.
Yeah, especially when you play against
okay, and then this is what the actual timeout was about, right? Just making sure we actually take mid control early.
Quick timing, explosive timing, because if he's there and ready for you, that
and Lev look like they're on top of this and they want to go for a crunch. What on earth is the timing like on this? Incredible, and Tex hit the guy behind. So shout out to Lev for being a step ahead on this one. Realized that the timeout was probably going to be about middle. They go for a mid crunch, and their whole game plan right now is a lot based around middle.
But they didn't need to.
Early first buy round, double smokes here. Second buy round, crunch over towards middle with 4 people. Really cool.
Nice little pinch from Market. And the
dude
came out too. Look at that.
Yeah, I mean, who kills this guy behind? Look at this. Ethan's just furious, man. How's he going down here? It's just so unlucky.
god.
Yeah, see, they're talking about it.
I've seen that smile before.
You know, dude, Galaxy braining his way through these first 5 rounds. Guns on the side of NRG once more. An ult for Demon 1, Ethan 1 away from his. Meanwhile, Aspas and Tex, and Mazzino actually, are in a very similar position.
Yeah, they're doing this on purpose. They want to funnel NRG into this A site.
Lev are very proactive at the moment. Heavy
retake.
setup over
With
towards
Cypher
B
chips
so
to
they
try to
can
get
stack
spam
over
kills.
towards A. Again, it is just the normal
And NRG should have a
fight
good
site
idea of this
retake,
because
but
Cyphers
the one that they
usually
want to
aren't the ones that
retake,
push
they're going to
into
have
B
4
main
people
with
here
the
to
main
potentially get
pack,
kills
so
off of the util
I do
trips,
expect
or the
a lot
kill
of
trips, we
cautious
should
play.
say.
Levitan are already here, man. Even if they give up
Yeah,
some
and
of
I
the
mean, they
space,
got an ult for 1
they
trip.
have
That's
all
lovely.
of
They
this
lose a
retake
site though.
utility. The question is, do they flood?
Yeah, and they want
Or
to
do
take
they
some map
leave?
control, and we got the double setup.
Oh, the breach shot's gone.
That has to buy some time.
Wow, the timing
Can
that
they
was
stabilize?
insane, right?
Can they hold them back?
Very good ult from Ethan.
Zeno still patiently waiting. You see that first paranoia.
Yeah,
come
it
out
looked
from
like they
Mark,
realized there's a
found yet.
lot
The
of people
knife
here.
Managed to be dodged by Mazzino. So now they're able to go. The question is, how many will they hit?
Great position. It's a
Paranoia
lovely
certainly gonna
omen
help
flash.
him.
Victor
Vic
did
still
insane
gets
to get one.
But
Whoa.
King with 3 on the
You gotta-
round response.
whoa.
On a crash. He's now
What?
can
Guy
King do
got
it on his own.
Dude, I was so shocked that he
She
managed to
tried
get a
knock all the
third one
bullets.
here.
Ken King going for the ace. The clip will not be found.
Oh my god.
Crashies gets another. Time is short. Aspas has to stick it.
Oh.
Crashies can play this super well.
There's no way, man. There's no way.
Classic betrays him.
Oh,
And
man.
there's just nothing
Classic.
he can do about that. His crosshairs on the head, but
Aspas
that
just
inaccuracy
sticks it.
from the classic just doesn't go his way. Pure RNG. We love that. Can we take a step back though and talk about King?
Yeah, can we see the
This guy
King
just
4K?
went crazy on that retake.
Yeah. What do you reckon? The looking down. So the looking down, it's nothing like it is in CS. Like in CS, it will actually like move like a good amount. In this, it's like minuscule difference in terms of the actual hitbox, but it is a thing. So maybe that made a
You have
difference.
Gecko ult, Omen ult for the rotate if you need
It's
it.
like really tiny. Yeah, the amount it changes looking
How
down
do
this
you bounce
game,
back
but
from
it
something like
might
that?
have
Feels
helped.
like
It
an
might have done the
opportunity
work.
that's just lost. You don't really have time to think things over though.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate.
Yeah, reset and go into the next.
I mean, that's 2 rounds now from NRG that arguably could have gone the other way.
Should have gone
Right?
the other
Pistol
way.
and now this, and crucial rounds.
Yeah, mad rounds.
Slow
Dude.
mid approach.
I really want to see that
Lean
4K.
towards B. You've got Cypher Util here. Comms waiting on the other side. Mazzino not far off. That one way is miserable.
And stun not used yet either.
Patience.
Yeah, Mazzino holding onto that. Now it comes out.
45 seconds left on the round. You see how much respect is being shown. Tex is still playing back in spawn. Really understanding what the pressure points are, where you can
Keep
gamble
an eye on
a
this
little bit more
Angel.
and take some space.
So proactive, 30 seconds. I think can expect 2 close.
30 seconds left.
He's
Oh,
going
lovely
back in.
ult.
He's going back
Oh
in. He
man,
gets one.
Crashy's tanks one.
No, there's another. No, Ethan falls. Goes up
Dudes,
top.
and yeah, and Marv has to win it all because
Marv
his
joins
teammate
him.
kind of baited it in for him, but
Gosh.
mate,
King
Lev
is-
look great at the moment.
King is on one.
Yeah, King
He's so
really is
fast
on
right
one.
now. Poor Vic, he's just on the other side of the map.
And they're just
He
so
was the win
proactive.
con had they actually gotten into A
Like
site.
it looks like
He would've
NRG
wrapped
can
all
never
the
do
way
what they
around.
wanna
Doesn't matter,
what
it
they
doesn't
wanna
get to
do.
that.
Like they're getting a little bit of map control. They
That
won't
was
go
really
for a
good
split A
proactivity
here,
from the
and
side of Levitan. Doubling
the
up there,
2-person
King and
walk
Aspas
just meets the
taking that
2-person
A
walk in
fight.
terms of the spike.
And that was a Gecko ult invested from Crashies, but it got shot down so fast. That allowed Crashies to actually pop that rocket.
Enemy
Look at this
Sharp
guy.
man, yeah, he's out here one tapping.
King has just been
Oh my
a man
gosh.
possessed.
It's not over yet, though, especially when it comes to Levitan. I feel like they put themselves in such a great spot, but somehow in these maps, they can definitely slip away.
The Omen Flash was great here. They decided to go fast on this one. It's a lovely trade,
Lighter
though.
weaponry on the attack side, sure,
Oh,
but they continue to have their way with
this is
NRG.
nice, though. Question mark kind of created over towards here, and they insta-clear all of this. Do they now try and fight to make sure that they
Mark
can't pick
tried
up
to
the
finesse
ult?
it.
They don't really have the
Caught off
guns for
guard.
it.
And Levitan are just a couple steps ahead.
Ah
at the
man,
moment.
Tex by the way, is
How NRG
doing
wants to rotate
great.
off of those kills.
This was such a nice round to watch. I know this is like eco and it's
This
but
feels
it's
like
like a
more than a
trade
couple
here, so it's a 4v4. then insta-official, sees that they go back, and instead of picking it up, gets the flash knowing they're probably going to be wanting to fight for it. Oh man, he owned this round. He gets the flash out as well.
The team flash as well. Oh, whoa, whoa.
Bro, their money's incredible. We've got 1, 2, 3 people on 9k, and this is both of their timeouts used.
That's a second timeout already used.
We're 7-1, of course, man.
This is their map pick too. And the whole point of them picking this map, they probably understood that they're going to get the attack inside. They want to be able to set the pace, but so far, starting with that pistol round, I think it was just such a devastating loss that it's kind of hard to bounce back from moments like that. Especially because on the other side, confidence just pursues. Like, we just won a 5v3 or a 3v5 in their case, right? I mean, you should not be winning rounds like that. So
Logic, thank you so
It's just like, okay, I can do
Thank
anything.
you so much, man. Yeah. Thank you for the gifted.
And that's where you see the confidence of the re-aggro.
I think for Levitan, there were a lot of questions, right? How good can this team really be?
Dylan as well. Sorry, mate. I think I missed that. Dylan, appreciate you.
This match felt like one that you're really going to find out a lot about those squads.
Thank you for the 11 months as well.
Are real if they can win without Aspas dropping 45 or whatever every single time. If
70
it's going to be
in the series.
Yeah, if it's going to be him and King, or, you know, how this is all going to come together. Will Khan continue to deliver much like we saw in the previous week? They've answered every single question that's been thrown their way.
Oh, man. Poor
So
Desk,
far,
bro. 7-1 happens so much in this game. It's just ridiculous, isn't it? It really does sum it up in terms of just what double economy.
String together a couple here. Get a comeback in this half. The constant setup changes from.
I do sometimes have thoughts where I wonder if this game would benefit from no pistol rounds and people just start with more money. I would love to do a test event with it. Again, one test event, delayed observing, so I can prove to everyone that it's way better than what we're watching right now. And then another event just to test out the economy, to give them like 6,000. Would you want them to have an op? No, not even sure. I would at least test it. I don't know if it's better or not.
Here they've drawn
Things are like pistol rounds.
They've made some noise, but then they've cut it, and it seems like they want to re-hit this.
I think it's at least worth testing it. But games are so snowbally. But I guess that makes it exciting, so would they even want to get rid of that? Probably not. Bro, look at them.
It seems like they can do no wrong right now.
Yeah, an NRG, man. Just straight up B-rush.
Reinforcements have arrived. Aspas has arrived to the scene. It's all on Marv and Vic now.
One enemy remaining.
And Marv is left standing by himself. A 1v2, 70 HP, no armor. Spike well out of reach. So much left to do. And the final boss of King on the other side with Mzino looking over his shoulder.
30 seconds left.
Such a difficult situation. Really playing mind games.
He played it well, man. He did like the only thing that he could for this, but
8-1 for
yeah, this is just a straight up
It just seems like
lockdown.
They're just doing everything right. Even the trips that Khan put right there, avoiding the raise nade from Demon 1.
Just increase the ults. Yeah, that might help as well. Just keep ranking up the fact that the ults get them higher and higher. Like make everything like 9 orbs, maybe.
Defensive side, they're changing a lot of their setups. Look again, a new setup once more. Right there.
This game plan that they had is ridiculous.
And they're gonna have Aspas show here in the B main to act like it was a similar setup as the last round, but Cypher's actually on the A side of this map.
See the fault line come through, the paranoia out as well.
Dude, they're just so.
I mean,
it's been a nice half to watch. It really has.
Aspas got hit by the
There's
knife
like
on purpose, and King dodged it.
NRG
To try to punish Vito,
just
anyone
looks.
did, but now
I mean, they're
it's
just getting suffocated basically, right? They can't ever
pretty
do
wise
what
to
they
just
want to
back
do.
off there. No need
They just
to
resorted, like the only
do any
rounds that look
heroics,
relatively close is
especially with the way
resorted
that
to
they've
going
been
over towards
winning these
B. I mean,
rounds.
honestly, their pistol round should have been the one.
I
But
think it shows a lot of discipline too, because when you're up 8-1, when it feels like everything is going right, you want to swing that. You want to take the fight.
double flash right here.
double flash.
On the other side of the smoke, they both
Look at it, man.
They're so done.
It's so
Mazzino
sick.
gets
It's
three.
so strong.
Can he do what King could not? Ethan tucks tail, runs away.
Okay, gotta comms to have someone anti-flash against this comp. And then the guy who's anti-flash has to do a lot, 'cause you still have to swing into a dizzy anyway.
And now Calm drops Ethan, Marv left alone. We've seen this before.
30 seconds left.
I mean, if Marv wins this, so just cement him as even more of a GOAT in the game of Valorant. But I think it's nearly impossible.
Yeah. There's just so much left for him to do.
Yeah.
What a stomp. What a subversion of expectations, too.
Yeah, they are wrecking them. The Gecko, I mean, look at the scores, man. King is King 15-4 as well. Like, look at this. Look how nice this looks. They are so proactive. It's ridiculous.
The entire other side of the map while this is all happening to try to catch out Victor or Marv on these lurks.
It's always been Lev doing something to
To make sure
NRG.
they don't get flanked on the retakes. And something small like that goes a long way. It gives you way more confidence to actually flood in. Again, Osbosh deliberately showing into B main, and this time changing his position, not actually anchoring the B main, but Victor should have that information at this point.
Oh, a little bit of tag on a Mazzino there. The spam into the smoke. There's
Crunch
a lot
towards
of
middle.
presence
This
on
time
the
they're a
other
little
side
bit
of this.
back.
The thing is, Levitan have their reinforcements. They're not far off. Aspas playing in market, calm, close by.
They're playing for this mid crunch.
Yeah, and just a little. Yeah, I like that they didn't use their ult on this one as well.
Out of the hands of NRG.
Yeah, and they take all of mid back. God, this looks hard to play
How do they
against.
get through this? Mazzino playing close.
Interesting smoke too.
This feels
God,
like
this
we're
looks
trying
so hard
find
to
any
play
space
against.
that we
They're
can.
just going for individual stuff now.
Pushing the smoke, contacting his way in. Marv tries to find some space mid and is met with a similar fate.
Camera taken out.
And now they know the rest of the members are trying to funnel the way out onto B, but Levitan are already here. It's the same story.
Oh my gosh!
It's the same outcome.
Man, they're all playing so well though.
I actually thought NRG did a really good job of baiting out all of that mid utility. I think
Yeah,
they had a good
this is the
idea
thing.
that
But then,
Lev was ready to do a breach halt play if they made any type of noise in mid, so they kind of feinted it, right? They baited out all that utility in mid on purpose. But then, you know, just trying to find the gaps after that, they get punished for it. Right now, Lev is watching all these entries. They're not allowing any weird lurks to come
X,
through.
yeah, Tex is playing great. I mean, honestly, they're all playing great.
7
Tex
rounds
looks
in a row.
very comfy on this. Like, his
This has
util's been
an
good.
outrageous performance.
The like the mid rounding's been very nice from
hell of
Lev.
a way
Like
to
King
start
deserves a
out.
big shout out. King's fragging heavy,
You probably should have lost the
and
pistol round.
just
It's
everything
nuts.
is great though when I'm watching it.
Really not looking back.
Like all the decisions from Lev,
Last
they
round of the half
they never
goes
want to
for
sit
the
back
attack
and get
side. They
wrecked.
have
They are
Ethan's ult.
always doing something.
Oh, the stun. He got off the stun.
Mazzino's got his ult back online.
Look at them, they want to take this, and Victor is actually fighting for the map
Already
control.
going to top mid. He's here for the instant aggression if anyone goes through mid.
And as soon as that smoke goes up on the right side of mid, they know they're going to try to pressure the other side. Mazzino's there to greet
That little
three.
sidestep, he gets out of there as well.
Lick of damage. He's
Oh
still
man,
alive.
he's wrecked,
surrounded
right?
Now, Ethan hunts him down. Crashies finds
Okay.
another.
King?
Finally, a little bit of room to breathe, but are they going to get choked out once more? King finding one, a 2v2 for the rest of the round.
Oh, he was
Both
nearly
faced.
so calm to get a kill.
Tex and a 1v2.
Okay,
Can he
nicely
deliver?
done. At the end, they managed to double their rounds,
NRG get
and
the second,
NRG
and
must
honestly,
be
was as difficult as
kicking
the entire
themselves for
half
losing
before.
that pistol at the
Yeah, they had to
beginning,
fight really
because
hard for
that led to
Pushing
pretty
Mazzino
much
the way
all of
back
this.
into spawn and then
It really did.
into that B lobby area.
Like especially
Finally getting caught
these
off
though.
guard by a flash
The whole,
from
I love the whole mid plan though.
Not a single player.
I just loved how proactive they were. Like NRG, no matter what their game plan here was, they
When you
never
think
got a
about this
chance to
roster and the
exec
way it
it.
was
They
constructed,
never got a
there's no
chance to
way you
do
would expect
anything.
Very good, very good.
Gouda?
Dude, that's flow state right there. We're gonna throw it down to the desk and see what they thought of that 10-2 half in favor of Lev.
One of the most dominant halves of the stage sees Levitan head straight into the halftime with 10 rounds to their name. That is incredible. But they
Yeah, it's a bit of a masterclass, honestly. It really was.
Been astonishing. This defense impenetrable.
Look, if Lev are Gouda, NRG are looking like Swiss cheese after what Lev just did to them in that half. Like, it was so nice. I think the calling from King around setting up those trap plays and whatnot was fantastic. But
They want to
also,
see his 4K.
This guy was just
We get to see his 4K here?
flying in the server, so dominant.
Yeah, he was so good, and the speed at which they were so ready to
Hey,
execute
don't give me
those
the
protocols with
overview and
trap
not show me
plays
the first
is
person
what
for
made
this.
it so much more effective. And then holding down the sights, making sure that their sentinel was not going to be able to get overrun. Lev had a really great half.
And it wasn't just like the Valoplant setups from the start of round that was dominating NRG. A lot of it came in mid rounds, you know, refighting out of shop right there when
Damn,
they had
bro.
stacked 5
Bad
players
stance.
over towards the A site. Or even in round 11, they didn't get kills, but they'd rotated into mid to try and punch NRG out after taking early space.
It kind of felt like they had control of the whole game from the early round and the mid round all the way down to like the post fight situation.
We have to wait until
Every
the
single
last
one, they had control.
we have to wait until
100%,
the
I think it's because
last
they kept getting on forward lines,
highlight
especially
package
over
to
towards
see it.
the A side of the map. So with the information they got with that deep vision, they're able to set up traps away from the Cypher
Let's
as
check in
well.
on
It
the
was just
charity. What we
very,
got?
very
We got
strong.
Eric
I mean, if the question
with
we had was what
$1.11.
Levitan
Thank you
looked
for
like
that,
when
Eric.
Aspas
Shout out to you. Chat, you know what to do. Let's get the Slig spamming, and Jared as well. Jared with the $10. Doing it for the doing it for the Brazil. We've had 2 donators, both for the 7-1s right now. Thank you, Jared. Thanks for doing that, mate.
Dude's asleep.
Eric also, shout out to you, man.
I mean, this is very standard Aspas behavior here. He's absolutely chilling. So let's get this second half back underway. Aspas is sitting up.
Yeah,
in
we
the
can do
seat.
better
So
than this.
should you
Let's
be.
get some
Let's
more
head
Slig
back
ups
to our
going.
casters.
Well, this was nowhere near, I think, what anybody expected going into halftime of the first map. But alas, here we are, where Levitan have just obliterated NRG from top to bottom. But
Okay, in terms of the pistols, obviously 1-0, and I heard a satchel, right? Or not? Am I just imagining things? What happened to?
seemingly insurmountable task before
Did they
them.
try to satchel to early fight over towards A on defense? Now they carry on pushing. They might have had the satchel though, so it looks like they were. Damn, bro, they were holding this the whole time, and then they just left it. What's the timing like? Pretty
They
good.
didn't even have a chance. It's getting insta'd.
There is a trip here, so
Maybe the peak's
obviously.
just not on point for NRG
Wait,
right now, and they need a little bit more time. So they have to win this pistol round. They need to buy more time to get.
He's
hot,
like looking
especially
for it,
going
but
into
is
a
he
map
actually
like
going to be on
Bind,
top
where
of the
he's
fact that
against
this would happen this early? I mean, yeah, fair play.
I feel like that's perfectly indicative of what we've seen so far. Calm understanding of the timing, realizing that that was a weak area of the map, trying to get a jump on Demon 1, and that's huge.
He's playing the Cypher so well. I mean, he hasn't done anything too flashy in general, but he's just playing.
Yeah,
the
it probably
role
suits
in
him.
itself
He
really
really
well.
wants to
You don't
lurk
really
that.
have to be flashy
Like he
when
wants
you're
to
up
lurk all
10-2
the
and King
time.
is dropping 20 and a half.
Yeah.
I like the idea of the role
What a great
switch.
flash.
I can understand why they've done it, right?
And they're not
You're
even
right.
gonna commit. They're going back.
Oh my god, they
Oh my
are
gosh.
wrecking them.
NRG look
30
lost
seconds
A
left.
new
on the
cinema
map right now.
A new cinema.
It is like that.
I mean, King
Really
is just
is,
manipulating
bro.
rotations
Yo.
any way he could possibly want.
This is a pleasure to watch.
It actually is. Yeah, I agree. It's been a
5v3.
masterclass.
Which we saw in the first half.
I don't want to jinx it, man.
I mean, they're all stacked in main too.
Yeah, and are they just gonna
Every
smoke
single
off
one of them
spam?
waiting for NRG to face. With
Do they
no
even
real
need to
utility,
smoke off? They
Mizuno
got
has
Omen
his stun,
Flash.
King
Got
has
Omen
his
Flash stun.
Oh my gosh, this is so unlikely to be one for NRG.
There's the first, there's the second. The only real bit of utility that was left for NRG has been invested. Victor and Ethan, they're swinging this thing back. There's no way! There's no way! Mizuno's got
Oh man, it got so close as well. NRG, it must be so gutting for them, dude. Just teasing them, by making it look doable. Lovely 1v3 for him. Yeah, I mean it's almost another 3v5 pistol the opposite way.
Mizuno's the GOAT.
Остался один игрок. Остался один враг.
Oh my gosh.
Lovely, man.
He's so calm with it, too.
Yeah, they've been really calm. And we see NRG just force up on defense. Something that normally doesn't work out well. We'll see how it goes.
Desperate need to make something happen.
Marshall triple friend, triple. Wait, the high-low stack there was kind of nice though. Triple stinger.
Take cage triggered.
A 1-for-1 certainly helps.
Yeah, and this is going to sound BM, but I feel like the best things from NRG that we've seen so far have come from the stinger buys.
Yeah.
Like, they're just instaing with the stinger, but for some reason when it comes to the gun rounds, it's not all quite there.
The way he refaces that, but I guess he got the
A little
dink.
bit of damage dealt, but the
Yeah,
kill
and
ultimately
they
in
should
favor of
know
Barb.
that that was maybe the 2 players over towards B, so they should have an empty B site. You can see him looking for the trips.
You did good.
The thing is, there's still a lot.
Whoa.
Well,
Minimap watching.
Most of the weaponry is
IGL.
still up. They still have the Guardian, they still have the Bulldog. Both of those finding value.
Oh, he spotted him.
It's so clunky sometimes to play Breach.
Bro, Mazzino.
Body block, but he still managed to get his way out. Demon 1 with the Sheriff. Demon 1 who's been quiet all map.
Spike planted.
With an opportunity to be the hero.
Shots. Okay, nice. Got a good timing on that as well. Little bit of hope. Little bit of hope.
We need that if you're NRG. Anything to keep this game
Bagel
just going
Bites.
for a
Thank
little
you so
bit
much,
longer.
man.
Get everybody's hands warmed
Thank
up.
you with the prime. Tough games recently. There's been
He
some
found such a great timing. That
been some mad
in that
results
moment,
recently.
Satcheling over the trip.
Gone here.
But actually, Calm was already dead, so it didn't really matter. But still.
Planted.
Tech's just getting caught out there is tough.
Yeah. And I said it, right? These stinger buys from NRG has been the best look we've seen so far.
A hero rifle in the hands of Aspas. Full armor.
I like this.
Yeah, and then pistols around it.
Yeah,
mean, it
this
makes
is
sense.
nice. And everyone can buy
You
next
got a
as well,
player
so they
like
don't
him on your
lose
team
too
who can do
much.
things like this.
And they're gonna expect
You've
them
already
to
seen the success
eco,
of
but
what Oxy can do.
we'll see how. See, like if he ever shoots it. In theory, you
NRG
should
are
never like shoot
very,
it to break
very,
any.
very good
Like even if they
on the
find the strip in middle, like the not the rifle should break this. The
Especially after kickoff.
yeah, the sheriff should always
Yeah,
break
as
this so
soon
they don't
as
know
that
about the
trip goes
rifle.
down.
Just want that surprise factor.
Creep forward. That's exactly what Aspas does. And they're
Yeah,
trying
and
to
then
be
maybe
so
Marv is
methodical
more
about
likely
finding their
to
fights. That's a big
early
one on
swing with
Marv.
it because he thinks it's a
Look at
sheriff.
Swap because he got low. Ooh.
Not really in a position to try to scoop up that weapon, so it's still just one rifle, and it's in the hands of King, who's been just as good, who's been better than
At least
Aspas
they did it
up
with
until this
double.
point. Ethan
Nice.
feeling some of the pressure,
Wow.
able to keep it at bay, at least for now.
You're so worried
A
about
2v4, hello, they're close. Crashy's on the swing, the flash in his face doesn't matter. Aspas is left alone, trying to find a weapon. He will not be
Okay,
able
nice
to.
handle from NRG. Was just a low buy though.
Not the cleanest of anti-ecos, just because of how that round started with Marv getting picked off.
mean, honestly,
that's just smokes.
I think it's so
against an
fine.
eco, but Demon 1 and Victor actually re-aggroing B main there to make the numbers even. And then that just ultimately ends up allowing Ethan to take out everybody that's funneling back to the A site. Right here. And the second kill was actually really clean. Confidence just sit there. Commit to that duel. Ethan's having a map right now.
15 and 12 leading from the front.
Big change of pace from Lev.
Yeah, Vago's super fast on this one. We'll have to
This
look
is
at
a
come on
fast
the
A hit, but
flank
this
as well in
trip
terms of
looks
being able to
deadly.
luck. Zeno does have his ult if they want to head
Some
over
of this
towards
noise. He
site.
has his ult.
And they're committing
problem
one
with
into
playing a
site, which
spot
is
like
interesting
this is
because normally
they
you would
actually
see
put
like
on
these
A.
trips and
You
you would
already know that
imagine
Breach
once the
is gonna
shooting
come
comes
out,
in
yeah,
that
and hit
it's
that
again just fight and retake.
little
So
default bomb
this is
plant
interesting they
area.
commit. This is how I would play Clove, by the way. I think if you had
They'll have
double
to go back, just
controller,
depositing a
like just
Aspas.
heavy
He's just holding
committing,
for
like
any
these kind of maps
reaggression.
make sense, right? Where you're doing like 1-1,
Question is, how
and you
far
just
does
set
the
up
regression
util in
go?
terms of the Clove to just get one, and then
Aspas
obviously you
will
can
be tagged.
smoke. And you
You
just
wonder,
tunnel
too,
into
what-
sight, and you just
how they
always do
interpret
one
this,
ways.
Because you see Aspas,
So
you think,
this
oh, the rest
pretty
of
much
the
here
team's
is
gotta
how
be
I would
close,
use
right?
Clove
He's
and
not
just
normally one to be lurking
straight up just
around.
anchor,
That's so
hide
big.
back a sight, and
And
just
he's
try and get
huge.
kills.
There's a
So I
trick.
like that they're doing
Even
this
if
early as well,
they-
because later on they might think there's someone on site, so they officially have to like use more util to clear it. Not that it
Calm again.
might not even matter
Getting the
at
best
all.
of 'em.
But I still like
We've
the
said that a
idea
few
from
times now,
NRG.
Aspas
It's
is joining
smart
the fray.
to
They've
do it
all
early
rotated
on.
towards B. The Rolling Thunder will pave the way, but Marv TP'd ahead of it. He gets spammed anyway.
30 seconds left.
Just when it seemed like he had an opening, had some room to breathe, he gets punished. And once again, NRG at a numbers deficit. They invest everything they possibly can. Ethan's ult dropped. Victor swings his way into his death.
Hey, this
And it's all on
this
the
team
He's in
look
the face of fire,
convincing
cannot
today.
convert.
Dude, I even
Cannot
like
deliver.
love the plan from
Lay it down
NRG.
on
Like
that
I
point.
get the whole long-term plan what they're trying to do. Because basically this whole
such a
again this
smart
whole
round.
thing is just you
Saving
fight
his
one, you
camp for the
retake the others.
reclear
They're
on
trying to
the-
put one person
on
on
the
site, so they
B
have to use more util
understanding
so
that
that when
NRG
they
have been getting
do their retakes, they can have like
aggressive in that
one
general area,
one
especially
flood.
Demon 1. I feel like he's
Or like
pushed
one
up the
version of it,
last
one
3
stage
rounds.
where they go in, they
And
bait
that's
all the
just an
util
easy
out, and then
punish.
they can just go in
the heads
again.
of awareness, they get the span on Marv as well.
So that later on they have to use more
That's
util
gotta-
to
that
take
feels so
sites.
bad if you're Demon
But
1. Like,
there's
you
just
know
not
it
going to be
was
enough
timing, bro.
rounds.
I got timing.
Lever
The
just
timing was
running
crazy.
over them.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
It's such a tough spot because
It's-
you either commit
it's
on the
beautiful
people that
at
are
the
swinging
moment.
you, the footsteps
It
that you
really
hear,
is.
right? Or you try to break the cam and get out, but Lev was just too close for him. And Another aggro play down mid.
Speaking of close, but Mazzino's got utility set up and ready to go. If there's a Q, there's a problem. Thought he was going to sidestep his way through all of that. Paranoia looked a little low, but
Yeah.
Dizzy connects.
I'm flashing for Coach
Got
Mini.
King of the world hurt here, but again, Levitan are here to fight.
They stayed for so long, and you can't do that against a comp like LEV. They have so much utility. Even if the breach goes down, you have the Gecko flash. That's hard. It's hard to kill there.
And if that's not enough, you've got King's Paranoia too.
Yeah.
They have so many tools at their disposal. And honestly, Levitan are playing them to perfection.
You want more?
And they can just wait, right?
You've got Vic, who's going to try to take some space around the flank, but he's got a clear trip.
Almost
now
hit
they
so
know where he's
early.
headed. Khan's going to try to take
Boy,
that
I think he
fight.
took the jewel, right?
Decides to give it up.
Thrash isn't done with
Join the rest of his teammates. Thrash instantly cleared, but so are Crashies and Ethan.
Man, they're just so together. This has been one of the
Top mid trip.
one of the better sunsets it really has. Probably the best defense sunset I've seen for a while, if not ever. The defense sunset was like, oh, nice.
No armor. The need to make a play.
They were just so proactive.
Ever great. It's a little high-low. Will not happen.
Sick map to watch, man. Really impressive.
13-4 on NRG's map pick. Holy smokes. Levitan just put the world